We should be live. Welcome to the Crypto Boss and your family. We're going to get started here. I don't know how many people are going to join because, again, I'm going live at a different time. I try to go live at the same time every week, but I am moving today, so this afternoon. So I am going live 2 hours earlier. Usually we go live 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays. That will remain the same besides this week. And then, of course, Tuesdays, it's 8 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes it's a few minutes earlier than that. But yeah, so let's look at Bitcoin. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join. I was going to go live. Heck, I think I said 1 p.m., so I guess I'm live 3 hours earlier than normal. No, it's 12, so I'm going live even earlier than I thought. But we also have a Telegram group, so if you guys are rewatching the stream and you missed it, we have a Telegram group. Feel free to join that. The link to join that is in the description. I am going to wait till 12 p.m. to go live, so another 3 or 4 minutes, at least to get into the Bitcoin analysis. I did just make a video on XCN. It looks horrible. I am short on this one. I'm also short on Bitcoin from 29,150. I took a huge short position on that. I only put a few bucks in, but it was 100x short. So I think it was up 600% from this entry up here. But I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. We'll get into that in a second. But for XCN, that's the chart. So I'm shorting it. I just looked at this chart, and the first thing I thought is this would be a short, this would be a trader's dream if they were shorting it. So I did take the short, even though, because smaller time frames are overbought, and it just looks really bad. 1 hour's overbought, so I did take the short. 3 hours going straight up, which means if it goes up that fast, I told you in the video, which I just posted, if it goes up that fast and there's been a lot of red candles, it means there's low liquidity, and it's probably going to make a much lower high, which I think it's going to do, and then it'll probably keep dumping. I hate to say that, but this thing is more than likely going to go to zero. It probably won't be around in a year, and if it is, it will probably have no volume. Right now, the market cap for XCN, someone requested this one, so I looked into it. But right now, the market cap for XCN is just, is $70 million, just under that. So it is overall for one on Coinbase. It's not one of the smaller ones for sure. I'm going to get going live on TikTok as well. But yeah. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's having a great weekend. And I am getting going on TikTok, and we will be getting going shortly. If you guys have requests for altcoins, once I get done looking at Bitcoin, I can definitely look at whatever altcoins you would like me to look at. So feel free to make a request. Great, my phone's about to die. But yeah, so that's kind of where I stand on the crypto markets. All right, so I'll get rid of that one. That is my Telegram group. I just told everyone that we are live on the Telegram channel. So that is kind of what's going on in that department. So yeah. So XCN and Bitcoin are the only two trades I'm in. I'm short both of them. I'm short XCN from 29.3 at 25x leverage, high risk, high leverage, I should say, and 100x leverage, which I only put like $7 into this trade. So on Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens, but kind of just for fun at this point. But let me see. So we're live on YouTube as well. So if you guys want to see the entire screen, go over and check out YouTube. I'm still waiting for people to join. Usually, like I said, I don't go live this early. So we'll see what kind of show out we get. We're going live 3 hours earlier than normal. But if no one watches, at least I can rewatch the stream on YouTube. All right. So I'm going through the markets. I don't see any. Hold on, we're having some technical difficulties on TikTok. Hopefully we're going live now. I don't know. I had my VPN on, so that might have been part of the problem. I don't know. Hopefully now it will say a few people are joining. But anyways, I'm going through the market right now on the side. I don't see any coins that are up a lot. Yeah, there's no coins that are up more than like 3%. Gala's up 2.7%. So hold on. I might have to restart my stream for TikTok because it's not working. So bear with me. It is 12, so we will get started here right now. All right, so Starting at Bitcoin, I'm going to start on how about we do the weekly chart. Usually I don't look at the weekly chart, but I think we should today, just to kind of see why. I'm telling you why I'm in my short position. This is part of the reason I'm still in my short position. The sirens are going off right now. That's annoying, but I'm still in my short position. Weekly chart is just starting to curl down. If you guys can see that, it might be hard to see, but it's at like 99 on the RSI out of 100. So that's the main reason. That's reason I'm still in it. 3-day chart's also still bearish. So that's another reason I'm still in my short position on Bitcoin. And the daily chart is oversold. So that is not a reason I'm in my short trade. But the higher time frames, that is why. The 4-hour chart is finally, after like 3 or 4 days of not getting a move, you're starting to get a move on this time frame. The last time you were overbought was the 19th, so 3 days ago, so it's due for a pump. But 4 charts starting to get overbought. The last time you were overbought, though, was at 30,500. It's going to be a confirmed lower high on the 4-hour chart. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, it is, unless we get a pump above 30,500, it is going to be a much lower high on the 4-hour chart, which is macro bearish on the 4-hour chart. Going down to the 1-hour chart, 1-hour chart is again overbought. The previous time the 1-hour chart was overbought, it wasn't even completely overbought. I guess the last time it was completely overbought was all the way back here at 30,500. But you did get into the overbought territory here. You just didn't get all the way overbought. So the last time you were anywhere near overbought was around that $28,400 level. That's actually where I have my stop losses at 28.4. On my short trade for Bitcoin, but 28.4 is actually pretty big resistance. So that is the last local high that you had on the 1-hour chart. You know, if you don't break 28.4 on the 1-hour chart, which right now you're completely pinned and overbought, it's a 1-hour chart is technically bearish too. It's finally getting a little bit of a rally, but overall, you're nowhere near the 28.4 even. So 1-hour chart, in my opinion, is bearish. 4-hour chart's bearish. Daily chart's ready to go. 3-day chart and weekly chart are very bearish, especially the weekly chart. So to me right now, Bitcoin is not a buy in my humble opinion. Bitcoin is not a buy. Let me just say that. 15-minute chart is an uptrend trying to make a higher high, but also you haven't even broken the 200-day moving average on the 15-minute chart in forever, and that's sitting at $27,850. We'll call it just to be safe. I guess it's 27.8, we'll call it. And already starting to roll over. So, I mean, if you break 27.8, short-term, smaller-term time frames, you could be bullish. But unless you break 28.4, I'm not going to be bullish on even the hourly chart until that happens. So that's a ways to go yet. So we could see what happens. Maybe later today we'll break 28.4. I just don't really see it happening, because if I did, I would not be in my short anymore. My stop loss on my short trade is $28,400. If you guys are just joining the TikTok live stream, I appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe button, share this video with your friends, hit the follow button as well. But yeah. Appreciate the follow, BKXRP. We will look at that. So, yeah, so for me right now, Bitcoin is extremely bearish. It is just like that. I am trying this new trade indicator right now. I don't know what I think of it. I'm not going to base any of my trades off of it. I just want to kind of see how accurate it is. So it is called divergence for many indicators. So it's kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but I'm trying it because I thought I might as well try it because I saw it on TikTok, so I thought, why not? But I probably won't trade with it because I don't think it's very predictable right now. So XRP. I'm going to use the Binance chart, and we're going to be on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, you got a very clear rejection off of 54 cents, which is your resistance. Your next support was 47 cents, which as of right now, you're kind of breaking it to the downside. In fact, you did because you had a wick all the way down to 44, so I would say that broke. And your next support now, if you lose that support, that's going to now act as resistance probably on the smaller time frames, and your next stop is 41.4. Going to the 4-hour chart, daily chart is oversold. It's above the 200-day moving average still, but that is the 200-day moving average on the daily chart is at 41.4, so that's a huge level to hold. If you don't hold that, then you could see a move all the way to 34 cents. The 4-hour chart's overbought, making a much lower high. Also, not only that, it's also using 47 cents now as a resistance, as you can see right there. And it's below the 200-day moving average. So there's 3 reasons right there to be bearish. It's below resistance, getting rejected right now. RSI is overbought, and you're not even going to hit the 200-day moving average. Look at the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart's, of course, still at resistance, below the 200-day moving average, and that's also overbought. So 50-minute chart is trying to say you want to push through it because it is oversold, making a higher low, maybe even making a bull flag. But at the same time, if Bitcoin cannot break 28.4, I'm not bullish on any of these altcoins longer term. Short term, maybe the next few hours they could pump. I will give you the measured move out of this bull flag. But here's another reason to think it might not. I'm not trying to be really bearish, but here's a reason to think it might not play out. Because you're overbought on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, it's unlikely this plays out to the upside. But your measure move, if it did want to play out on the 15-minute chart out of this bull pennant, I would say it's not even a bull flag, it's a bull pennant, same percentage to the upside. Measure move would be 50, we'll call it 50 cents. That is a measure move. We'll see what happens with it. But to me, it's unlikely to play out just because you're overbought on the 1 hour and 4 hour charts, and Bitcoin is still not really bullish until you break 28.4, in my humble opinion. But the 50-minute chart is above the 200-day moving average, trying to break through that, so I guess that's something to watch. I will put an alert here. If it breaks 47 cents, I guess you're already at 47. I'm going to say 48 cents then. If you break 48 cents, I would say maybe that's a clear breakout. So 15-minute chart, let's see if you can push through it up to 50 cents. I guess, yeah. Technically, the measure move is 50.5 cents. So we'll see what happens. I guess that's very possible. If that were to happen, that'd make the 1 hour chart bullish again. But the next resistance above 50 cents is 54 cents. So XRP looks bearish on most time frames except the 15-minute chart. So we'll see if the 15-minute chart can play along. That isn't a bull pennant. We'll see what happens. 5-minute would also suggest you're going to move to the upside. Very oversold. Yeah, I mean, you could come down to the bottom of this pennant at 46.8, but overall, we'll see what happens. 5-minute and 15-minute chart look bullish to me on XRP. How did I find what levels? The support levels? Let's go back to the daily chart. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yeah. Well, look. Back here around this, the 30 cents, 34 cents was support for a long time. Around the 28th of December, you held it for multiple times. If you come over here, you also held it around the November 22nd. No, I'm sorry, November 12th. You held that as support, 34 cents. So to me, you also had a wick off of it around the 13th of May of 2022. So to me, right now, 34 cents is good support. I got 41 cents because that was resistance multiple times around. It was resistance on the 29th of November of last year, and then also of the 30th of January of last year. That was resistance at 41 cents. 47 cents. Well, I don't know where I got 47 cents. Oh, you kind of used 47 cents as support for a brief time here. If I zoom out to the 3-day chart, maybe we can see it in the past. 47 cents. But 47 cents acted as resistance all the way back in June of 2019. So that was a long time ago, but it's still going to act as resistance at 47 cents to the upside. But yeah, so it's all based on previous price history, even if it was a few years ago. Appreciate the like. Appreciate if more people could like it on TikTok. That'd be awesome. We are live on YouTube. If you guys would like to see the entire screen, we are live on YouTube. Don't forget that. Okay, so here's the thing. I stream Saturdays 3 p.m. Central Time, but today it's noon my time. I'm going live earlier today because I am moving this afternoon, so I had to go live. If I wanted to go live, I had to go live a few hours earlier. But I will, and then I stream Saturdays 3 p.m. Central Time most days or most weeks, and I also tell you guys if it's going to be another time in the Telegram group. The link to join that is in my bio on TikTok, and I also go live Mondays at basically 7:45 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes, the official time is 8 p.m., but usually I go live a few minutes earlier, 8 p.m. Central Time on Mondays. So 3 p.m. Central on Saturdays and 8 p.m. Central on Mondays. Okay, someone wanted me to look at One Earth, so we'll look at that. One Earth is on KuCoin. I'm afraid to look at this chart, but we will look at it. All right, so here's the thing. One Earth, I had this for the longest time in this massive falling wedge. It really has not played out. And this is based off the daily chart. Daily chart is oversold. That's actually a good sign. You're actually trying to use this as support right here at whatever price that is. Whatever price you're at right now, you're getting a wick off of it, and you also use it as support for a few days. I would say that's probably 2 weeks of support at this level of 2.5, 2.6. So to me right now, you're at support. But if you don't hold it, I mean, I think daily chart would suggest you would hold it. Let's look at the 3-day chart. 3-day chart does not want to hold it. Look, it's still overbought. The weekly chart is over. It's not overbought. It's in an uptrend, I suppose. Going to the smaller time frames now on the 4-hour chart for One Earth. One Earth is trying to use that as support again. You see that at 26. We'll see if it can hold. 4-hour chart is not bullish though. The previous high was 44. If you don't break 44, the 4-hour chart is not yet bullish. 1-hour chart is overbought, making a much lower high, I should say. So would I buy this? No. I would definitely not buy this just yet. Also, look at this. This is extremely bearish as well. I'm just being honest. This just does not look good. That is a rounded top on the 1-hour chart, and those are bearish for One Earth or for any asset. If you get a rounded top, that is bearish. If you get a rounded bottom, those are very bullish. But that's a rounded top, and that would suggest 1-hour chart's overbought, rounded top on the 1-hour chart. You're below the 200-day moving average, and you're barely above support. It would look to me that eventually you're also I just saw this too. It's in a rising wedge on the 1-hour chart. It's going up that just doesn't look good to me. So to me, overall, this looks bad. One Earth looks like it's going to dump out at 26, even though it's trying to hold 26 as support. Your next stop to the downside is all the way down at 8. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but to me, I would not be long on this. If you could short this, that's probably what I would do. That's the next support. The next macro support is 70% lower, basically. Let's look at the 15-minute chart, see if there's any saving grace. 15-minute chart is trying to make a higher low, so that's a good sign. But you still have that rounded top on the higher time frames, so we'll see what happens. 15-minute chart would suggest you want to keep going up, but 1-hour chart looks extremely sketchy to me. So to me, there's better options to be in than One Earth. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow, Winnie and Buy. And appreciate the follow, user 85. So appreciate the likes as well. We're still live on YouTube. So if there's any other requests, I will look at them. You can 10x short One Earth on KuCoin. Well, not financial advice, but that is probably what I would do. I don't think One Earth is on Bybit. And I do have KuCoin. I just don't have any money in it. No, it's not. Yeah. I don't know if I probably wouldn't do 10x leverage short until you look at the 15-minute chart and see him make a lower high, because right now it's making a higher low and a higher high, but the 1-hour chart looks really sketchy to me. So if the 15-minute chart comes back up and does not break 29, which it probably will right now, but if it doesn't break the previous high, which right now is 29.1, that would be a time to short. We look at the 5-minute chart just to see what's going on with it. You even have a rounded top on the 5-minute. Look at that. So to me, it just is. A 15-minute chart is trying to save the day, but the small 5-minute chart looks bearish, and the higher time frames look very bearish. It's kind of screaming to me, take a short when the 15-minute chart confirms that bearish divergence, or bearishness, I should say. That does not look good to me, honestly. It just doesn't. So I would not be long on this right now. I wouldn't be short until the 15-minute chart makes a lower high, but personally, just there's just better assets out there to trade. So Gala, let's go look at Gala coin. That is the next request, and then Filecoin, which holy crap, that is a shit coin. But anyways, so Gala right now on the daily chart. What is Gala doing? It's above the 200-day moving average. That's a good sign. You kind of had a rounded top, sort of, back here. I feel like I've looked at Gala before. I don't know why my supports are gone. You have a local low down there, clearly, and you're trying to use this as a local low right now. That is a lower high on the daily chart. But you are oversold, trying to make a higher low as well, trying to use the 200-day moving average as a support, so that's a good sign. If we zoom into the 4-hour chart, probably, well, that's a falling wedge, right? Well, that's kind of pushy if you want to call it a falling wedge, actually. I would say that's going down too fast. But 4-hour chart could make a higher high. If you break, you'd have to break 5 cents, I should say. 5 cents to be bullish on the 4-hour chart. If you make a higher high, then you could say that's an uptrend, and then you could buy in if you make a higher low. 1-hour chart is overbought, making a lower high. So to me, 1-hour chart looks sketchy. That does not look very good. But maybe the 15-minute chart will save the day. No, 15-minute chart is overbought, making a higher high. So that is a good sign, I suppose. Now on the 15-minute chart, when you get oversold, you'd have to hold 3.95, which isn't much lower. And then if you really want to go down the 5-minute chart, 5-minute chart is looking actually decent, making a higher high above the 200-day moving average. So to me, Gala looks okay. Let's go back to the next resistance to the upside. My next macro resistance, you kind of had a double top there. If you don't include the wicks, you had a double top at 5 cents. That is the next major resistance, which would be a 20% move to the upside. So Gala, I'm not going to call it long right now, but it is not, that's also kind of a rounded bottom, sort of. It's not a perfect rounded bottom. It's kind of choppy, so I don't know if that's really a rounded bottom, but it kind of is. It kind of is. I would call that a rounded bottom, actually. It doesn't look the most beautiful for a rounded bottom, but it is eventually. It was a rounded bottom. This could have been a cup and handle if it didn't dump so much, which those are extremely bullish. But I think if you lose, anytime you go below the bottom of the cup this would be the handle. Anytime you go below the bottom of the cup, that kind of negates a cup and handle. It's still a rounded bottom, but if you wanted to say it's a cup and handle, I wouldn't. But if you wanted to, the measure move would be approximately to the upside 5.4 cents. But to me, it's kind of sketchy cup and handle because you went below the bottom of the cup. With your handle. The handle went below the bottom of the cup, if that makes any sense. So to me right now, I would not say it's a cup and handle, but that would be the measure move if it were to play out. Some people might see it as a cup and handle, so it just depends on what people see, I guess. Filecoin is the next one. So Gala to me is kind of, I don't know, I'd stay away from it, but it doesn't look horrible either. So Filecoin, this is just one that I want nothing to do with. Wait, is it not Filecoin? I was thinking of ICP. Never mind. Filecoin is not what I was thinking of something else. But Filecoin does look bad too, though. It just made basically it's very close to making new lows on the weekly chart. You have a local low at around $5, $5.30. I guess it was $5.50 or so. You could actually probably say it's. No, that's below $5. That's a lot below $5. That support, it went all the way down to like $2.20. Yeah, so your next support, you kind of, I'm not even going to, I don't know. You could say it's double bottom, but last time that was like in 2019. Last time you were at these levels was 2019. Now, I do see on the weekly chart, you're trying to make a bull flag, so we'll kind of see how that plays out. That's kind of interesting. You don't see that very often on such a high time frame as a bull flag. Yeah, that could play out definitely to the upside. That looks decent to me. Let's see what the measure move out of the bull flag is for Filecoin. Filecoin would take you basically $12 out of that bull flag. We'll see if that happens. Going to the 3-day chart. 3-day chart is ready to dump on you. Daily chart is oversold, so that's a good sign. And then when you go to the daily chart, you're still in that bull flag. On Filecoin. That looks beautiful on the macro time frames. You could take a macro swing trade off of this. You'd still want to look at the smaller time frames to see what's going on, but Filecoin looks really bullish to me on the daily and weekly charts. 4-hour chart right now, you can still see you're in that bull flag that I drew on the higher time frames. 4-hour chart right now doesn't look great, but you're consolidating in the flag pretty much at the bottom of the pattern. If you hold $5, that could be a great entry point for Filecoin. Yeah, Filecoin looks juicy to me on even the 4-hour chart looks decent. 1-hour chart is overbought, making a lower high, but again, you're not quite to the bottom of this trend line. So to me right now, Filecoin looks decent. The 15-minute chart is overbought, making a lower high, but again, you probably want to come down to $5 to test that bottom trend line. To me right now, Filecoin looks decent for long entry. So this is definitely one that doesn't, if you hold $5, this thing could really rip to the upside. That's all I'm going to say. So Filecoin, I'm not going to be long just yet. I'd maybe have a limit order at $5 with a tight stop around the 490 or something. If I was going to enter a trade, that would be my trade setup. But Filecoin, to me, looks decent on the weekly and daily charts. Even the smaller time frames do, actually. So appreciate the follow, Rando. So let me just see. Baby Doge's list on KuCoin. Interesting. Appreciate the likes. So do I have to look at Baby Doge? All right. Baby Doge. It is on. Okay. It was just listed on KuCoin. There's not even, what is with this chart? Look, what does this, what? What is this? I don't know. There's no RSI data either, so I'm not sure what's going on with the Baby Doge chart. But the 50-minute chart should have data, and I've never seen that before. It says error 9. So I am not quite sure what's going on. I've never seen that before. So Baby Doge is on this. Maybe we can look here. It's the same thing. There's no, I don't know why there's no RSI. I can't really do TA. I rely on the RSI heavily to do TA. So if there's no RSI data, I can't really do TA on this. Yeah, it's the same thing in Bybit. I don't know what's going on. I can look at the price levels, but there's no even really price history on this chart. So to me right now, I can't look at this, unfortunately. I did type in Baby Doge USD. That's exactly what I typed in. Yeah, so unfortunately, I just, although all the exchanges say E9, I don't know why. That's a rounded bottom though on Baby Doge. If you want me to, just, it's hard to do TA on this with no RSI data. You could say that's a cup and handle, though. Measure move is 467, and it's right now at 312. So if that price data is accurate, I don't think it's at $3 though. So I don't know what's going on with it. That's just kind of weird. I've never seen that before. So appreciate the follow, Cap. So I don't know what's going on with it, but unfortunately, not much I can do with that. It's just, I've never seen a TradingView chart not have RSI on all the exchanges. But you could, that's really pushing to call that a cup and handle. But that to me is a rounded bottom, so that is bullish. I would expect that to probably move to the upside eventually. But otherwise, you have a local low at 186 or whatever price that is. I don't even know if I don't even think the price is accurate. But we already looked at XRP. So if you missed it, I would go to my YouTube channel, check it out there, watch the replay there. XRP looked bullish on the smaller time frames. Thoughts on Bitcoin? So I already went over that as well. You could go rewatch the stream, but I will go over Bitcoin again. Bitcoin right now, to me, 50-minute chart is overbought, making a higher high. You're below the 200-day moving average, so that's not a great sign. I don't think the 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart is bullish on Bitcoin until you break 28.4. That's where I have my stop loss in my short trade. But the next resistance I see is 28.2. So if you break 28.2 and you hit 28.4, I'd want to be out of my trade anyway. Hopefully that doesn't happen for my sake, but right now I'm not super bullish on Bitcoin until I see the higher time frames kind of move above resistance. But smaller time frames, 5-minute, 50-minute chart continue to push up. And I mean, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Kind of got two rounded bottoms there. I told you they're bullish and you made a higher high. Rounded bottom there. You made the trend continued. I tell you, rounded bottoms are really bullish. They really, really are. To me, the super small time frames look bullish to me on the 1-minute chart like I'm on right now. I would never trade the 1-minute chart, but if you're looking for an entry on a leverage trade, that's probably what I would look at. But I'd look at the higher time frames first. I wouldn't just trade the 1 minute. I like to swing trades. So to me, short term, you could come up to this. Your next resistance is a 200-day moving average on the 15-minute chart, 27.8. If you break that, I would say 28.2 is the next macro resistance. If you break 28.2, I'll say 28.4. If you break 28.4, I would be bullish on Bitcoin again, at least short term, because then you're looking at 28.7, and then you can start moving up again. But you got to start moving above these resistances before I could be bullish again. Yeah, it's pretty much that simple. This is the Bitcoin chart. So it says on the right, by the way, right over here. It says on the right. So here's my thoughts on shitcoins. I personally am so sick of them. I made a lot of money on Shiba and Doge a few years ago, but since then I can't find the right shitcoin. I should have bought Pepe. I looked at that at $5 million. I know it went to like $250 million. So to me, I don't know. Right now I'm just trading on Bybit. We'll see if that's any better than trading shitcoins. But I haven't been very profitable, so to me right now I'm kind of not doing Uniswap or anything like that anymore. But if you can get the right coin, you can win. But the problem is how many times you have to take a loss on a shitcoin before you actually find a good one that wins, like Pepe or something. So to me, I'm not doing that. I'll probably eventually get back into that in the bull market as shitcoins start to perform better. But for right now, I'm just trying to. The good thing about trading on Bybit is you can actually predict what altcoins, especially you can also predict what Bitcoin is going to do, or you have a better chance of predicting it right than you do a shitcoin. Shitcoin is gambling, in my opinion. Even if you buy, meme coins, it's just gambling. So I'll definitely get back into it as we get closer to the bull run, and in about a year. But for right now, I'm taking a break from it because I did nothing but lose money with them. So that's my thoughts on shitcoins. I'd stay away from them, but some shitcoins are moving, and like Pepe and stuff. Anyways, appreciate the follow. So appreciate the follow, Space Mickey. Appreciate the follow, user 92. Dymo. Appreciate the follow, James. What is Dymo? Let me write some of these down before I forget. Whoops. So you got Dymer, then you got LLR, which I've never heard of either of them, but all right, here we go. So Dymo, let's look at Dymo. It's on Coinbase. Holy crap, dude, this just, you're killing me with it. I can't, there's no TA to do, it just came out. Rounded bottom, moving up. There's no, I can't look at this. It's too small of a time frame. 7 minute. It just, your next resistance is going to be 32 cents, but it is like brand new coin. If you get above that, I would look for the all-time high around 40 cents. That is kind of the next resistance. With that being said, there's no other. I can't do that. So ALR is the next one. Hopefully this has more history. There, ALR. I don't even see it. So is it on PancakeSwap? I'm not going to look at it if it is. So I guess just, there's no. Dymo, like HNT, they take data from your car. Hey, bro, check out NWC for me. If it's on TradingView, I will. NWC. It's on KuCoin, so we can look at it. It looks like it's low liquidity, I'll tell you that right now. But looking at the daily chart, let's look at the daily chart. So it just had a huge run up. So what does a weekly chart look like? Let's start on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, you kind of were in this falling wedge here, broke to the upside. What was your measured move out of that falling wedge? Even though it already happened, what was your measured move out of this falling wedge here? Yeah, you already hit the measure move out of that falling wedge. And right now you're just going up really fast. Weekly chart's completely overbought, so that's something to be use caution on. 3-day chart's overbought. Daily chart is maybe trying to flag out. You could be possibly putting in a bull flag, not bull flag, a falling wedge here. I guess I would call that a falling wedge more than anything, but I guess if it was a bull flag or a falling wedge, it doesn't really matter. They still both have a chance to move to the upside of 68%. But at the end of the day, this coin does have low liquidity. Measure move is 25 cents. That'd be a nice move up to the upside on that. Looking at the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart is overbought, making a lower high. But again, that's partly because you're in that falling wedge. So, that's part of the reason. 1-hour chart, same thing. But again, you have to take it with a grain of salt because you're in a bull flag, or you could even say a bull flag or a falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. But that's kind of what you're looking for. A move as of right now above 12 cents. Well, right now I would say a move above 13 cents would send you for a moonshot, in my opinion. If I go back to the daily chart to see our next resistance point on this, on NWC, whatever this is, I've never heard of it. Your next resistance is, you had a local high back here from around the 7th of April. Let me show you guys. So that would be one. And definitely some resistance, probably around dollar 10. So that is, yeah, that's kind of what you got going right now. To me though, I don't know. Also use that as support at 75 cents for a while. So yeah, those are the next targets to the upside on NWC. You know, to me, it's definitely not a good entry just yet because 1 hour is overbought. But this is one that is not a horrible. I like the long term idea, not short term. Short term, it's not ready, but long term, this looks good. I like this one. I like Filecoin better, but I like this one too. I mean, this one is a shorter term play compared to Filecoin. Filecoin would be one I would probably have open for a few weeks or a few months. This is on the smaller time frame, so to me, this would probably still be a swing trade for a month or so. Maybe not that long. It depends it depends how fast they moon. I know KuCoin coins can moon very fast, very hard. Um, so can I check? Yeah, I'll do Zilcoin, BMI. Let's do the ones that actually are like legit coins, and then I'll do the shit coins. So Zill is the next request. Zill on the weekly chart. Zill, what is it doing? Just restart this. So Zill, resistance there, if it will work. What is going on? Work. And then you got support down here. Maybe struggling right now. You're right at resistance. It looks like on the daily chart or on the weekly chart. Daily chart is, still at resistance. Yeah, it made a lower high as well. The 4 hour chart, it got rejected off that resistance. 4 chart is overbought. That is not a round bottom in my opinion. The 1 hour chart right now is overbought. Trying to break that resistance right now. 15-minute chart is overbought. So to me right now, it is making a higher high and a higher low above the 200-day moving average. But to me, it doesn't look horrible. But 5-minute chart wants to keep making rounded, wants to keep moving up. So technically there's momentum, but you are overbought. So to me right now, I personally, even in the 4 charts, you're very overbought. I would not be in a long position, but I also won't be short in this personally. It's just better for me to stick this one out and find another coin that has a better setup because you're overbought, but at the same time, even though you're overbought, you're right resistance. If you break that resistance, you could have a nice moonshot to the upside, but it's just unlikely with how overbought you are. Your next resistance is all the way up at 5, so I mean, yeah. So, with that being said, I still use my indicators. I use my stock RSI a lot, and then I use this is an indicator, but I use support resistance, and then of course I use trend analysis, and I use patterns. So I use the moving averages. So the only two indicators I really use is the moving averages and the stock RSI. And then I'm trying this new one out, which I found on TikTok. I just wanted to try it out for fun. I don't know. I don't really love it. It's just ridiculous. It's too much information on the screen. I think I'm gonna try it for a few days and see how I like it. But to me right now, it's just too much. But I'm gonna try it and see what happens. Most indicators I try, I hate. So I found that the less indicators I have, the better I trade. So not that I'm trading that well, I guess, but I'm more successful, I guess, with the two indicators I use. Stock RSI is very accurate, and so is moving averages. So appreciate the follow 3HB. Appreciate the rose as well. Yep, no problem. So if there's any other requests, I'll do them. We are live on YouTube. I don't know why no one watches over there, but we are live on YouTube. So if you guys want to see the entire screen, it might be easier. Otherwise, if you also want to rewatch the stream, you can check it out there. We have a Telegram group. Free to join that. Link to join that is in my bio. So I guess just an update before I get out of here because I do have to start packing. It's only 12:30, I guess, but I'm short on this one. The chart looks horrific. Just look at this chart. It's going straight down. So this is like a shorter's dream right here. It just looks horrible. Someone wanted me to look at this morning, so I did, and wow. So I took a short on that, even though it's way oversold. 1 hour chart is not, 4 hour chart's not. So I took a short on that. Look how fast it got overbought. That means there's low liquidity. It's going to make a much lower high, and it's probably going to keep dumping here in the next few hours. So I took a 25x short on that at 25.3. Hopefully I don't get stopped out. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And Bitcoin, I'm in a 100x short on with only like $7, so it's nothing crazy. But I thought it was kind of a fun trade to enter. So my stop loss is on Bitcoin is 28.4. I think if you break 28.4, we can maybe confirm a trend reversal. But until you break 28.4, to me, you have resistance at 28.2. But if 28.4 would be confirmation of a trend reversal, in my humble opinion. So 28.4 is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin for a trend reversal. Until then, I'm still short. And if you get a lower high again, say you top out at 27.8, I'll move my stop loss to 27.8 or 27.9. But that hasn't been confirmed yet. So, yeah, right now we're just kind of waiting, seeing what Bitcoin wants to do on the smaller time frames, waiting for it to start putting in lower highs again. Right now, the smaller time frames are pushing up, and that's good for bulls. But for me, I haven't seen enough of a confirmation to actually think we're bullish. I mean, we haven't even broken one resistance yet on the macro time frame, such as the 1 hour chart or 4 hour chart. So to me personally, right now, I'm still short in my trade, and I will remain short. I don't care how long it takes to go down. But the next stop to the downside is 26.9, and if you break that, I'm looking for 25,000. That is a very huge level of support there. So it's kind of what I'm doing in the markets. And if Bitcoin's going down, a lot of alts are going to go down longer term as well. So that's just kind of what's going on right now. So if you guys enjoyed this, appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, hit the follow button if you guys are on TikTok. I'm going to end the YouTube live stream. We'll be back live Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So end the YouTube live stream because no one's watching anyway. And